Hello and welcome to Matthew Reads, I guess. So this video has fully been like 18 months in the making. Not for any reason of like, you know, them like video essays that end up being like 4 hours long, like Mike's Mike and Jenny Nicholson type ones. Not because of that. Also I'm talking about My Love Mix-Up by Wataru Hinakura.
I could scream silently right now. Like, I could do it. Am I going to do it? Guys, I'm going to do it.
Yeah, to the actual point of what I was making, I originally bought like the first few volumes of this after watching the original like Japanese version of, or like the Japanese adaptation of the manga. But also at that point, the manga hadn't actually finished. Like, I don't remember how many volumes were, I want to say maybe like 5 of the volumes were out by the time that like I'd watched this show and decided to start making a video and post on this manga. Now don't get me wrong, I did actually finish the manga for the first time a while ago, but like I also had like 800 words written of like messy notes that like weren't fully thought out. But to be honest, now there's a Thai adaptation of the manga that's like airing that I am in fact watching. And you know, I figured now would be the perfect time to like revise this post and video that have just sort of been like sat dead on my laptop for like 18 months. Anyway, there isn't any like major blurb, so I'm just gonna read off of the one that is on like, I think it's on the first volume of the manga. Oh, it's a BL manga, by the way. To be honest, the only other mangas that I've spoken about on this channel are BL, so I don't know why anyone would expect anything different from me. Basically, oh, this is also the blurb that was on the Amazon listing as well, because I feel like it's like a really good introduction to the concept of the manga. But anyway, it says that Aoki has a crush on Hashimoto, the girl in the seat next to him in class, but he despairs when he borrows her eraser and sees that she's written the name of another boy, Ida, on it. To make matters more confusing, Ida sees Aoki holding the very eraser and thinks that Aoki has a crush on him. And you know, that is literally all the blurb gives you. I think that's exactly, yeah, that is exactly what it says like on the back of the first volume. There you go, have a look at it sideways. But yeah, also, just to mention him now, Aoki's best friend, Akun, whose name is also Ida. Okay, so there's like Aoki and Ida, but Aoki and Ida is IDA, and then there's Hashimoto and Ida, but Hashimoto's Ida is AIDA. So there's that. Manga opens up on the dolls and the divas that are taking a recap quiz, and Aoki realizes he's forgotten his eraser, hence his need, and why he ends up with Hashimoto's, because she's like, hey queen, she doesn't say hey queen obviously, but she's like, hey queen, I have 2, you can borrow this one. And then you get like this little flashback to Valentine's Day the year before, where Hashimoto was the only person who gave Aoki chocolates. And granted, she did only give him them because like she had 1 left, but like she had spares, but he loves it regardless. And that's when he ends up seeing that she's written like, I've already forgotten whether I said Ida or Ida, well, either way it says Ida like love heart on it. And then he ends up dropping it, but then like when Ida sees it, Aoki lies and says it's not his, but then obviously Ida asks, well, whose is it then? And because obviously Aoki likes Hashimoto, he doesn't want to like upset her, so he just lies again and says that it is his, which then in turn, you know, sends Ida into a spiral for thinking he's dumb for not noticing that Aoki likes him, even though he technically doesn't. Conceptually, like, this manga is wild and I am obsessed, honestly. But yeah, then Ida asks for like Aoki to wait for him to like be able to give him an answer, because Ida says he doesn't know doesn't know whether he likes Aoki back or not. But like the gag of the season is by the end of the first volume, Aoki realizes that he actually likes Ida for real, and that like Hashimoto doesn't like Ida, but also likes Ida, aka Akun. So yeah, I mean, when I said I'd like read this entire manga before, I had, but it was like all very broken up, and like probably like the last 3 or 4 volumes, I was reading them like it was like every few months, like when the new volume came out. So like when the Thai adaptation of the show, of the manga even started airing, I was like, you know what? It's revival time. Let's go Selena Gomez core. You know, I did in fact put blue in my hair just for a little excitement and a little pop. Yeah, I like reread the entire manga. Honestly, rereading it all close together made it a much more enjoyable experience. And like the main thing I like felt were like when reading it was just how like fun and lighthearted the whole thing was. Like, don't get me wrong, I definitely do have a part that enjoys and like appreciates the heavier parts, but I think overall I do personally prefer like lighter, airier things. Yeah, basically this was a whole high school romance based on like first love with an initial miscommunication that all resulted in like the main characters coming of age together. Big fan personally. Also, something I'm gonna say, these like kids, they're meant to be like high school age, and like this man is not 16, like that is university age bare minimum, like he has a wife and kids. Also, yeah, I'll be honest, like I said before, I got inspired to finish this video because the Thai adaptation of this manga, you know, is currently airing, and I will say, like, as I'm recording this, it's like a couple days after episode 5 has aired, and like I watched it, and while I was watching, like for some reason the first 2 episodes of the Thai adaptation didn't capture me like I'd like want them to, but like something about episode 3 hit different, and I don't know what it was. Maybe it had something to do with like rereading the manga alongside it. It was like the thing, it's like the thing from the manga, it's happening on screen again. Like I think with the Japanese adaptation, don't get me wrong, love her, she has a place in my heart forever, but like she I'm referring to it like it's a living being. Like the Japanese adaptation came out like before the manga had finished like serialization, I think, and publication, whereas like this Thai version, like it has come out after everything's finished. I don't think the Thai version's gonna cover everything, however, because episode 5 like is the point where they've just gone to like the camp. Obviously in the manga they go to like this ski camp. In the Japanese adaptation I think they went to like the forest, and then in the Thai version they went to like this sleepaway camp as well, just like in the woods as well. Anyway, in terms of the like characters, obviously Aoki, I say Aoki's like the main character. He's very much like the heart on your sleeve, every other emotion on your trouser leg kind of character, whereas Ida, bless him, he is very much the opposite. You know, I did appreciate that they also decided to like slop in the opposites to track trope. Also, my camera's gone funny and I don't know why, there's like a slight delay on everything I say, so hopefully it's all synced up still. But yeah, you know, it was the I enjoyed the dynamic of Aoki and Ida. There's like this gif that I've seen somewhere where there's like one character, it's all just like stick characters, where one character's just sat there and then like the other one next to them is just like bouncing off the walls. I feel like that's the best way I can explain like Aoki and Ida's dynamic together. And I mean, speaking of Ida, I did also like really enjoy seeing his journey of like not knowing what it meant to like someone in the first place, and then you end up seeing his feelings develop in real time almost. Obviously it's not literally in real time, but you know, you get to see him realize his feelings for Aoki as they develop. Like, you know, you get to see like the first time he gets like genuinely jealous over Aoki, when Aoki ends up getting this part-time job at a sushi restaurant so that he can buy a birthday present for Ida. And like there's this point where like Ida takes his like volleyball club friends to this restaurant, but like when Aoki asks why, he has no answer. Yeah, and I also remember like in the original like Japanese adaptation, since there were, I think it was only like 10-20 minute episodes, like I remember there not being all that much to Hashimoto and Akun. And like I say, I think that was down to there only being like 10-20 minute episodes, so that's what, 200 minutes, which is like a little over 3 hours, and they need to fill out like entire story arcs and romance in that. But I mean, I feel like the manga does like such like more justice for them than like the Japanese adaptation did. And to be honest, I think the Thai adaptation's probably gonna do them more justice. Sort of like how the Thai version of Cherry Magic did for like Rikaku and Fujisaki, I think her name was. Not gonna lie, I never actually finished watching the GMM version of Cherry Magic, but that is because I tend to watch like all my BLs on YouTube, unless I like desperately really want to watch them, like when I wanted to watch Triage, and I found like a definitely legal website to watch that on because it just wasn't on YouTube. But yeah, it was like they like the Thai version of Cherry Magic got hit for some kind of copyright on YouTube, so it was like the first 3 episodes aired on YouTube, but then they all just got taken down. So I ended up finding like a definitely legal website to watch them on, but then like those websites were a pain, so I just ended up giving up. Like, sorry to the Thai version of Cherry Magic, I have not finished you. But anyway, in this manga, you get to see Akun meeting Hashimoto's parents for the first time. Akun ends up getting a driver's license. You see the two of them gearing up for college. Also, like, Hashimoto's gorilla strength. Also, that's not an insult. She literally gets drawn as a gorilla a couple times. Like, you get to see, like, where she gets that from, as opposed to, like, the fact that it's just a silly little tee-hee-hee-hee-hoo-hoo thing that she has. Anyway, yeah, I think this is it for this video. All of that, like, nearly 2 years, and this is all that it's culminated in. Either way, yes, I'm very glad to have finally been able to, like, make this video, because, like I say, the, like, 800 words worth of, like, sloppy notes have just been, like, sat on a file on my laptop. So, like, I'm glad that it's finally come into something and I can, like, put that file to bed now. And, to be honest, I'm actually really glad I got to, re-experience the entirety of my love mix-up. And I mean, once again, this is all inspired because the Thai version is airing. And, I would, definitely say, look into this, because, like, my thing with manga is it annoys me when, like, I'll get into a manga, but, like, it hasn't finished serialization yet. Like, that is why I don't read it all that often. Because, like, to be honest, I don't want to get into a story that's unfinished. That is literally it. Like, I want my story to be complete, sorry. I mean, there's only like 9 volumes of this, and each volume is only about 200 pages, so it's like, I could have read them, like, had I had time off of work, I probably could have read the entire thing in, like, a day or 2. But yeah, I think I, like, read the entire thing over the course of a week, where I was, like, reading, like, an entire volume a night. Again, I'm saying that like it's a lot, it's not really. It took me, like, maybe an hour or something, if that. Anyway, thank you for watching this video. There's a, like, horrific, like, non-ending for you. I really like this manga. There you go. Read it. Recommend it. But yeah, I am very excited to see where the Thai adaptation ends up. And knowing the way that I record and post these videos, the Thai adaptation is probably going to be nearly finished by the time this video goes live. So, okay, bye.